Hello and welcome to Made with Love by Sarah. I'm Sarah and today we're going to do a card with an aperture. And the aperture is not where you would expect it. So it's a fun fold, gatefold card. It opens like a normal gatefold card. But when you stand it up, magic things happen. So this is a creator card die called Regal Diamond. When you stand it up, it stands like a M for mum, or a W for walk. So today I'm going to show you how I made this card. So I've got my bits and pieces ready. We have a card, got a pile of pieces ready. So we have a card blank, and the card blank measures 5 by 7/8 by 11.5 inches. So that's our card base. I'm going to score this first of all at 2 7/8 from each end. So turn it round the opposite way, score again at 2 7/8. Then we're just going to fold that, make the valley score into a mountain fold. And as I'm folding it, I'm pushing it against the side of my scoreboard. And I'm going to use my bone folder when I find it. And that makes sure that the card is nice and square. Because not all scoreboards are accurate. So I'm just moving it to where I want it. And that's our card base done. So I've got some other pieces. The piece for the middle measures 5 3/4 by 5 5/8. This piece is going in the middle. We've got, let's pop that up there. We've got lots of pieces of paper. So for the front of our card, we've got 2 pieces that measure 2 1/4 by 5 3/4, and that's 2 pieces. So these are going on the front. We've got 2 pieces to go on our pink piece. They measure 2 1/2 by 5 1/2, and we're going to glue those onto there on the front. And for the inside, we've got 2 pieces that measure 2 3/4 by 5 3/4. So first of all, let's get them stuck on using Kalal all-purpose glue. Oh, that was close. I nearly put glue on the wrong side then. So I'm going to have this as my front because we're going to cut out most of the flowers. What's happened to my glue? There we go. So I'm just going to stick that down. Into our centerpiece. Making sure we've got a nice border all the way around. Now I need to give that a couple of minutes just to dry. So I'm going to stick these front pieces. And for the front, I wanted the nice patterned side. But you don't have to use double-sided paper. I am today, but you can just choose, well, you can either use the same style or you can just pick 2 different papers. Look how pretty that looks. Let's just pop that out of the way a minute. I think this card is really, really easy, but the recipient will think that it's really difficult to do and they will be wowed by it. So there are front pieces. So let's stick them on the front now. So I've just turned the card over just to make it a bit easier for myself. I need that middle piece to dry a little bit because we're going to cut out the aperture in the middle and we don't want it to shift or rip. So sticking on our front pieces. That's nice. I like that. That's nice. Then in the middle, we've got our side pieces. So I'm using the flower side in the middle just to contrast against the back side that's in the middle. On my other card, I did it the other way around. Which one? This one. So I made this one. And I put the flowers in the middle. But because we cover it up with this, whatever it's called, what's it called? This dye, we lose the flowers, most of the flowers. So on this one, I've decided to do it with the flowers on the outside. But you can do it whichever way you want, or just pick 2 different papers, or any paper you've got in your stash is fine. So I cut these out of a 6x6 paper pad. So that should be dry enough now. So what I'm going to do is, in the middle, we just need a little score line. So just to make it easy for myself, I'm folding that over and I want a score line just about 1/2 inch on the top and on the bottom, just about 1/2 inch going up. So there's our score line. And now what we need to do, some double-sided tape. I'm just going to give that just a little pinch. Just so I can see it. And on this cutting die, this is the one that'll cut the aperture, but you can see in the middle, can you see there's no cut line in the middle? It stops there and there, top and bottom. So this will cut out all the way around, but it will leave it joined together at those 2 points. So it won't cut it out of the card, it'll just cut into the card. So that's why I've only put, so what I'm doing now is I'm getting rid of some of the sticky off the tape. And then it won't be as sticky on the card. And I'm just looking at this distance at the bottom and at the top. Matching it up to the score line. And I'm just going to stick that down like so. So I'm going to bring in my Gemini, this big machine. I can't get it all into screen. But then I'm going to use my clear cutting plate and pop the card on top. The magnetic shim, the plastic shim, and the clear cutting plate on top. Now each Gemini machine is different. You will get guidance in your book as to what sandwich to use for what thickness die. But just try it and see. If it doesn't like it and there's too much pressure, then it'll just stop. And you can reverse it out. So I need that cutting machine again. But for now, let's just take off those cutting plates. I'm going to flip and rotate my cutting mat. So the next time I use it, I just need to pick it up. And then very carefully pulling this tape off. And if you can't get to the tape, a handy tip is stick your pokey tool in the end and gently lift it up. And when I'm pulling it off, I'm pulling it back towards me. Got less chance of ripping your card. And then I'm going to throw that away. And there we have our aperture cut into the side with it still in the card at the top and bottom. So I'm just going to fold it all together. And pinch it where I want the fold line to be. There we go. Then when we fold the card together, I'm just going to go over that again with a bone folder because it's been through the machine flat. It's had a lot of pressure on it. Then when we stand it up, there's our aperture. When we lay it down, there's our gatefold. So now we need some decoration on it because that's very pretty. It's just we need something. So that's very easy. I'm going to get my cutting plate again. And I've just got some bits of scrap here in the same colours as I've been using. So for all these fit together. And you can layer them up however you want. And then there is a... Nope, it's too far, I can't reach it. There's a little square that goes in the middle. So I'm just going to cut, not that, because we've cut that into the card, because that's got our notches. So we're going to do cut side down. Make sure your cutting blade is at the bottom. So we're going to cut this out of pink. And I'm just popping the tape, not very much on the inside, because I don't want it to damage it. I've got this piece of white, because I think that the white will look nice on the pink. So I'm just going to stick that. I'm going to put happy birthday on the front. Being as we've got our big Gemini out, I might as well cut them all at the same time. So that's our happy birthday. I want this square in white. I found a piece of scrap just big enough. I'm on a mission to use all my scraps up. I've got a big pile of scraps and I'm on a mission to get rid of them. So which of these is biggest? I need... That one's bigger. That one's better for that bit. So I'm going to cut that out in white. That one's bigger, I said, didn't I? And I just want a little... No, I don't want to use the bow. I want to use the rose. So I'm just going to swap these around a little bit. Pop the rose there. I don't want the full rose. I just want the very centre bit. So these dies would cut across and you could lay that across the front of your card. So a different way of using them is cut them out and then just snip the edges off and then you've got a bow. So I'm going to do that with this rose. Is that everything? Yep, that's everything. So I'm just going to pop these through the machine using the same sandwich. Just bear with me a second. And then we'll just pop this card together. So let's get rid of those plates. We don't need them. And again, I'm going to flip my cutting mat. And hopefully these won't take too much work to get out. Oh, look how that's cut that. It's cut it beautifully. That's that done. There's bits in there, but I'll get them out after. Let's just get rid of all this waste. Oh, the happy birthday is not cut out properly. That's okay. If that happens, all you do is pop it back in your die. Oh, I think it's too intricate. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get another piece of pink. Another piece of pink and just pop it back. I tell you what, I'll pop it through my mini. It's only a little piece and my mini's handy. So I've got my folder for my mini. Put it forwards and backwards just to make sure it's done. And again, what I'm going to do with this folder is flip it and then it's ready for next time. There's cut out properly this time. So let's get rid of the waste. Give it a poke out. One of these is a release hole. Which one? Oh, there we go, it's released. And the rest of that I'll just poke out later. Popping all my dies in one place and then they won't get lost or thrown away. That's nice. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. That's it. Let's just keep all the pieces that we want and get rid of the rubbish. I'm not just throwing it on the floor. I've got a bin outside of me here. So we've got this pink piece. So I'm just using my fine tip applicator. I think I need to fill my glue bottle up. There we go, and I'm just very quickly popping glue around the edges, where strategic places where I want the glue to be. It doesn't take very long, it's not very hard. Alternately, what you can do is, maybe I should have done that tonight actually, is use double-sided adhesive sheets. Let's pop some of this in the middle. I think my glue needs filling up. Give it a good shake. Try the other one. Ah, this one's got some in. Let's pop that down with a nice border. See, they're all made just to fit each other perfectly. That's nice. Let's bring our card back in. I'm going to use the Collal all-purpose glue just in the middle. And then pop that in there. Fits in perfect. And with this rose, I just want to cut off those side bits that I don't want. Just very gently using my snips. You can tell when I'm concentrating, I go quiet. So again, just use which one is it coming up? Use the tacky glue. Neither of them want to work now. Oh, there we go. It's coming. Note to self, check your glue before you make a video. We all do it in real life, don't we? Run out of glue. Stick a pin in the end, see if I can get it moving. There we go, we've got glue now. These cards can be for any occasion. Mine are for birthday. So I've got some birthdays coming up. So I'm just going to pop that in the centre. Just give us a bit of interest in the centre of the card. Beautiful, I think that looks lovely. And then on the front, bear with me, I used my other bit of ink. And the happy birthday. So this is my folder of scrap. This is how I keep all my scraps. And I keep them in like colour order or paper pad order. So there is some kind of order to it. Which pink did I use? There's got to be a bit of scrap here. So I'm on a mission to use my scrap paper. That's the one. So I need my folder to be able to stay shut. So with our triangle, I'm just going to pop some glue on the back. I'm going to stick it on the piece of paper. And it doesn't matter how you stick it. And I'll show you how I cut it with the paper trimmer to make all the sides the same. Just get rid of this rubbish. Let me get my paper trimmer. So because I haven't got a flat side to work with, what I do is I pop my finger against the finger guard and I line up the edge of the white card with the edge of the finger guard. And as long as you do that in the same position on every side, you'll end up with the same border all the way around. And there we have our perfect diamond. So let's just get rid of them scraps. I'm going to stick on this happy birthday. Oh, my glue's flowing now. I like it when my glue's flowing. It's quite a lot of intricate work on this card, but it's very quick, very easy. No nasty measurements that you've got to worry about. It's just quick and easy. And of course, you can do it any size that you want to. And you can use any aperture die that you've got and do exactly the same. So I'm just sticking my happy birthday on. Move that down just a smidge. There we go. Because I want this on the front, I'm just going to put some glue. Oh, I've got a bit of glue there. I'll use my glue eraser just to get rid of that glue. So I want this half to stick. So I'm just going to pop glue on this half, making sure not to go over, making sure not to go past those 2 points. So I'm just going to close my card and use this line down the middle as a guide and stick that down on that side. Plenty of room on the back to write your message. Just make sure you've got no glue on the back because it'll stick your card together. Finishing touch. Just going to pop 3 tiny bits of glue and pop these gems on. It's turned out very pink, hasn't it, this card? I like pink. So my camera went off then and I didn't know it had gone off. So I just finished on finish popping on the little gems, just the 3 gems, and then that's it, the card's finished. So it opens up as a gatefold. Stand it up with your aperture, and there's plenty of room to write your message on the back. So there's one version of the card. Here's some I made earlier in true television style. I've got this purple one with a rose. I've got this is pretty. Again with the rose is my favourite. And then we've got this yellow one with a bow. All do the same. They all stand up in the same fashion. Let me know which one you like best. And if you like what you've seen, give us a thumbs up. And think about subscribing. If you subscribe to my channel, it keeps me going. Makes me smile for days. And if you like what you've seen today, then think about ringing the bell. If you ring the bell, you get notified every time I release a video. So I release a video on a Monday night at 7 o'clock, and I do a Facebook Live on a Friday night at 7 o'clock, and a shortened version of whatever I make on the live goes on YouTube on a Friday night. It depends what time I get it done as to what time it goes on, but it's generally on a Friday night. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Keep warm. Love you lots. Bye.